Hello, children of Standard 9. We are going to take the next chapter called as weathering. Weathering means what? Weathering means wearing out of something. There are three types of weathering. One is physical weathering. Physical means what are the types of physical weathering? Block and granular disintegration, exfoliation. Chemical weathering. Chemical weathering, we have oxidation, carbonation, hydration, and solution. Biological weathering is caused by humans, plants, and animals. What is weathering? Weathering is a process by which rocks are broken down into small pieces due to changes in temperature, frost actions, plant, animals, and human activities. Weathering is defined as the process which involves loosening, disintegration, and decomposition of rocks near the Earth's surface. There are three types of weathering. One is mechanical weathering, two is chemical weathering, and three is biological weathering. Mechanical weathering is a physical activity which causes the breakdown of rocks. It is effective in dry areas and occurs in the following ways. One is block disintegration. Block means a chunk of rock. When that breaks down, that is called as block disintegration. Block disintegration is popular in the arid regions. Arid means hot. The heat difference, it is caused by the heat difference between day and night. During the day, rocks are heated and outer layers expand. At night, it contracts due to fall in temperature. This forces formation of cracks on the outer surface of rocks and it splits up into blocks, and this is called as block disintegration. Granular disintegration. Granular means small grains. Granular disintegration is the process by which various minerals in rock react to heat differently and the rocks contract and expand at different rates. This causes a series of joints and cracks on the outer layers, and the rocks break down into fragments and pieces, which have an angular shape. This is known as angular disintegration. Exfoliation. Exfoliation, because the rocks are poor conductors of heat, the outer layer expands more than the inner layer and it loses the outer layer. In course of time, the outer loose layer may peel off. Peel off means come out from the main rock. From the main rock in the form of thin shells. This type of weathering is called as exfoliation. Please see the picture and you will understand more. Chemical weathering is the process by which rocks decay and decompose. The combination of oxygen, carbon dioxide and water in the minerals leads to chemical changes and decomposition of the rock. It is carried out through solution, oxidation, carbonation and hydration. Solution is the first step of chemical decomposition. Some minerals in the rocks are removed in solution by dissolving in water. You all know how salt dissolves in water. This solubility depends on the nature of rocks. Rock salt, gypsum and limestone are easily soluble. Oxidation. The atmospheric oxygen in the presence of moisture enter into a chemical union with minerals, especially these iron contents. It causes rusting of the iron and leads to decay. You know, when the iron rusts, it has a different color. The color of rock changes to red, yellow or brown. This weathering is called as oxidation. Carbonation. Rainwater mixes with carbon dioxide in the atmosphere to form light carbonic acid. When it acts on chalk, limestone, marble and gypsum, the carbonates are converted into bicarbonates, which are easily soluble in water. This process is known as carbonation. Hydration is the process of chemical union of water with a mineral is known as hydration. When feldspar, a silicate of aluminium found in almost all rocks, combines with water, it increases in volume. It exerts pressure and the outer shell gets detached by the expansion. Whatever left behind is a cavern, is a mixture of sand and clay. Biological weathering. The biological or organic weathering can be both physical and chemical disintegration caused by animals, plants and human beings. Human beings are powerful agents of weathering and erosion these days. Mining activities, blasting of hills and ridges by dynamite, quarrying for construction, etc. causes disintegration of rocks. Even deforestation modifies the ground surface, causing mass movement of broken rock materials in the form of landslide or debris faults. Plants. The roots of plants penetrate through the cracks of rock formed by physical disintegration. These roots widen the crack and they move downwards and split the rock. But plants can also prevent disintegration by binding the surface layer of rocks. Animals and insects. Burrowing animals like earthworms and rats loosen the rocks and bring rock particles from the lowest layer to the surface. This is then removed by other agents such as running water, etc. The pounding hooves of running animals also break the rock. Some animals after death provide certain acids and chemicals for rock decomposition. Effects of weathering. Weathering is useful in the process of soil formation. Actually, rocks break down, disintegrate, and they become the parent soil. It can cause damage to human settlements. Rapid rate of weathering causes overloading of rivers and retards their flow. Retard means to block, to prevent. Continuous transfer of disintegrated rock through landform leads to the formation of new landforms.